Faith, Love and Purpose. My name is Ngobeni and this is my YouTube channel. So we are still continuing with the Better Together Love series, and today I'm featuring my favorite couple, my friends, Karabo and Faith, who have been together for 10 years, guys. Imagine. They are high school sweethearts and they've been married for 2 months now, and it has been a pleasure for me to really just see them together. They're my friends, and seeing God being expressed in their relationship has been a source of inspiration for me, and I hope that it will inspire you guys as well. And let us hear them love story. They waited, guys. First things first, they waited. So this will inspire you guys, especially those on their journey of waiting and of pursuing purity. And I hope that you will enjoy hearing them talk about their love story as much as I have enjoyed seeing them together.
Hi guys, my name is Faith Beo, and this is my lovely husband, Karabo Beo.
Hi guys.
And how did you guys meet?
How did we meet? Baby, how did we meet?
Oh, well, like Kuratila already said, we are high school sweethearts, so we met for high school.
Yes, we met in high school
Yeah.
2009.
Grade 11.
2009. No, actually, we started to date in 2009, but we met in
Yes.
2008.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's when we met. We're in the same class.
Yeah, and he was the accounting guru, those neat guys who everybody likes, and he's super smart, super neat. And then, while on the other hand, I'm the opposite. Ne?
True. Yeah. Opposite in terms
In
of.
the sense of, I was not neat. No, I was neat.
In your
And why
way.
get I was not neat? I was neat. It's just that I wasn't those girls where you kept the thing.
Cool
My
girl. You were not
skirt.
a cool girl.
Yeah. So my parents are both, pastors. So Babaka will make sure her skirt is below the knees. So
And I don't know that I saw her and I said, this is the love of my life. Funny though. Funny.
What is your first impression of each other?
As out of my league. Yeah, honestly speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Ne? First impression, I was like, oh, this guy is out of my league. I never even thought we would date. All I saw was like, okay, the nice guy that every girl likes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first impression.
My first impression of her was that she's a PK, a pastor's kid, and not really good, because there's a lot of rules and restrictions. And then until when I got to know her, then it all changed. I got to know, the real Faith, not the PK, not the pastor's kid, but her heart and her character, and that's what really brought me to her. Yeah.
How did you guys start dating?
Your story sale. I guess live. By the way, every time I anniversary, I don't know, because we basically dated for 10 years. So every time when our anniversary, this is what we do. And then we recite the day.
Reflect, yeah.
Yeah, we reflect. And then one puts our popular on this day, this is what happened, and whatnot and whatnot. So we're gonna recite it for you now, ne?
Of course.
Which day was it? Big Wednesday? Friday? It was Monday.
It was Monday.
Friday, guys, ne? What happened is we walked together, he walked me home. And I didn't get what was there. Can't the guy like a hug? And I didn't know.
I don't think there's a.
Is it?
But it's
No, but we are deciding like we decide all the time.
Alright,
my love.
baby. Okay. Alright.
I don't know, like, no hugging. Okay, with my big bag, come for hug, and then he hugged big bag.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, guys, that hug was like electricity in front.
Actually, for me, that hug was a confirmation. It was a confirmation because that Monday, that Monday, I proposed on that Monday because of that hug. Yeah, Friday.
Sure, to start dating.
So he
dating.
needed a hug to know if this is boy.
No, come on, babe. No, I was into you, obviously. You know what's the thing, man? When you are interested in a pastor's kid, ne? And then now you get to know her, the person, the character. You don't approach like in any way. I had to be strategic, you understand? And it made me a nerd because I would say silly things like we always leave each other like Majid, because I didn't know how to handle it. But I knew here I have to be strategic because she's smart. She's not just typical. She's not the rule, she's the exception. Always.
Yeah.
So I had to be strategic.
Yes.
Okay, and how did you know that your partner is the one?
When I got to know the Karabo that nobody knows it. because most people at school knew Karabo, Amademo, you know, the guy who every girl wants. And then he allowed me, like during our walks, he allowed me to see this vulnerable guy who's, you know, sweet. And then he would listen to me. Couldn't get my gaze together, that's the same person. And then I realized that no, this is actually the real person. I got to see, you know, the real person. And then I love that guy. He was not full of himself. He was like, you know, we know Goskolon, people think oh, he's full of himself. So I saw the guy who's not full of himself, the guy who's, you know, sensitive.
Alright, okay. It's alright. I just want to go back. Actually, when the first time when we started working together, before I proposed, you know, a relationship.
Yeah.
She told me everything about her. I mean, everything. She's like, bruh, you know what, man? If you think you have any ideas about me, let me put it on the table for you.
Yeah.
She told me about the family. She told me about her virginity. She told me about everything.
The thing is, I didn't want those things, Tahori, you know, you kind of like each other. And then and then he realizes who you are. Then he runs away.
Yeah.
I wanted him to know, bruh, this is who I am. And then you either gonna come or go. By the way, after our first walk together, talking about myself, talking about what I want, I made everything clear. I was like, I want to have sex after marriage.
Amen.
And then I thought, I was thinking, he's gone. He's not gonna come back. No way. Because most guys found me weird. They're like, okay, that's creepy.
Yeah.
But then to my surprise, he came back.
I came back.
And stayed.
Yeah, because now we were young, you know, but the connection was so deep.
Yeah.
And she couldn't even see it. I was the one who was at that level. That, you know what, I remember telling her that, you know, I don't really understand what marriage is all about. But if getting married to you is the only way to be with you, then I'm going to marry you. Because remember, we come from two different backgrounds. You know, she grew up in church, myself, I don't have to get into that. But you know what I mean. So, because
and now I believe in marriage.
Yeah, she believes in
like
marriage.
My parents, I don't even remember for how many years they've been married, and they're such a lovely couple. So you grow up in a home where you can see marriage is possible and marriage is beautiful. So that's what I wanted for myself. Yeah.
Being with you. If getting married is the only way to be with you, then it's okay. I didn't even understand what I was talking about, but I knew that I can get into it.
Yeah. So he had to learn what marriage is all about.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of perceptions out there. People think marriage is a cage, something, or it's a jail.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So how did you know that you were ready for marriage?
For me, it was just that I just want to be with him. Like, it's funny, but let me just say it like I've been saying it. For me, marriage wasn't, I didn't understand the institution part of it. For me, it was just stepping into another level, you know, of a relationship. That's why I said to her, if I have to marry you to be with you, then I'll do it. So as we continue our relationship, I realized that I really want to be with her. Not having all the understanding of marriage, but I think it was around 2013 for me. And then I was like, yeah, she's the one.
Also, I think it also depends on how the relationship grows. You know, like when you're dating each other, it's like you want to check out this person's character. Can I live with this person? You know, you want to see how they handle, you know, conflicts. You want to see how they are when they're angry and all those things. And the relationship grows. You invest so much into it that, okay, Billy, he can just come for 2 hours and then go and then it's fine. The next thing you want to spend the whole day together. And the next thing, he doesn't want to go anymore. And it's like, okay. And being Christian and all, you know, bruh, you have to go.
Yeah.
And you know, so as we saw that our relationship is growing, when something, I remember you used to say this, or it has grown to a point that if we do not allow it to go any further than this, then it will die.
Yes.
So most people want to prolong, you know, the dating process, even when they can see that this is it. I know I can marry you. I know I can be with you, and then they prolong it until it dies. So love is like that. It always wants to grow. You just have to make more room for it. After the 2 hours, I think it the whole day. After the whole day, I want to be with you day and night. So
yeah. So now the question would be then, why did you date for 10 years?
Oh yeah. No, unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It was just some, you know, like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what do you love the most about your partner?
The character. You know, she doesn't compromise who she is. What you see is what you get. And on our wedding day, actually, on my vows, I mentioned that I will make learning her, you know, as my wife, a lifetime priority. Somehow, it's quite easy for me in a way, because she's quite stable. She has her own values. She sticks to her values, and then, you know, I get it easier. So it's been nice, you know, just getting to know her. So yeah, for me, it's really about the character. The character stands out.
I love his, how can I say this? He is such a humble man, like his character, and it has a lot of aspects feeling when they come together, it's like a nice, juicy, you know, character to enjoy. He's, like I've had an opportunity to see him grow from a boy to the man he is, and from being non-Christian to being a man of God. Like he's crazy about God. Even on Sundays, we say next time we're gonna get like, baby, we're going.
Yeah.
So it's amazing to see his character has been quite stable. He's been a man of peace from the word go. And I love that he's a man of value, a man of, you know, integrity. It's more like what you said about me. You are stable. You set your goals, and then that's what you want. And that's what I love the most about you.
Oh,
And what role has finances played in your relationship?
Yo,
That's a nice
imali ne. Zap. Money, because in our relationship, she got work before me, and I was unemployed, and she was working. And
you were a student, baby.
Oh, sorry, baby. I was still studying. But you know, if a woman is working, men, we are known to be providers, and now she's working. And we had a lot of challenges because of her. Yeah. And I would impose things on her that were actually a reflection of my insecurities. So now I'm addressing the sort of like a negative pattern, you know, you talk about money on our relationship. And then I had to outgrow that. And trust me, I did not grow that by getting a job. No, I had to I grow that being in that situation because I was applying for jobs, I couldn't get anything. So it was a matter of what's important here. What was important and what is important is that I love this woman. I need to get my, you know, my act together, you know. And then yeah, with time I started to accept it, you know, that you're not the rule but the exception. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she's I had to make a decision that what's important, and what's important was that I love her. And it was a journey. I think it was about a year. And can you imagine that? Yeah, because the only way she had to help me with that, and then I had to communicate that to her.
And I think, okay, sorry for cutting. And I think this is where most relationships break, right? Because then as a woman, you are at work and you see all the strong men working, and then and I find my man, and then okay, it was that time when he was, I think you once reached, I don't want to say stress, it was depression.
Yeah.
He was depressed. And then when he's depressed, you come home, you're not coming back to, oh, baby, how was work? Or a phone call of, he's down. He wants to put me down. And then for most women, it's like, I'm not going to stay with a man like this. I'd rather go and see what's better. And then it was mutual. It was that thing that I also had to say, I love this man though. This one who still hasn't found a job yet. You understand? And then we had to work through it together. I remember him and I saying, okay, clearly money is not the issue. So what's the issue? We had to deal with the insecurities that he has. Yeah, thinking that he's not man enough. And I would tell him that there's men with a lot of money, but yet they are not, you know, faithful to their wives.
They lack character.
They lack character. And I would always take him back to character, to who he is. You know, we would always go back to the Bible, to who God says he is. And, you know, we would talk about how he shouldn't get his status or image from what he has, possessions, that I have this, I can do this for my women. I even told him, even if you can't do anything for me, as long as you stay the man that you are in my life, that's enough. That's enough. God made a way for us to have finances. If it was through me, then I still humbled myself under him. He can even, you know, testify on that you know, a lot of women out there, when they are working, when they are the ones with money, then they do not respect their men anymore. They do not submit anymore. And I remember, you know, I like the fact that we come from nothing. In a sense that when we were students, we didn't have money, we didn't have whatever. You know, we were schooling kind of fast. And every little thing we shared.
That's where it started.
That's where it started. You know, money for us wasn't, I have my own 100 rand for the whole week, I'm going to keep it, my mom gave me. No. What we had, we would buy my fish at shop, right? Fish. And Roger my fish after our classes. During the classes, whether you went pizza at school or what, you thinking, no, my man is coming, we're gonna go for the thing, fry my, and we're gonna eat, and then it's gonna be, and we were happy like that. And I always took him back to that I do not want money to define our happiness. I want us to be able to be happy with our relationship at any stage in life. Yes, because if you base it on whether he has money or not, life changes. He can get into an accident, he can lose his job, he can, then what? It means then the relationship is over. You know, so it's issues that we had to get into. Yes, we had to address. We had to see money for what it is.
Yeah. And it required a change of character. Actually, it required growth. Yes. From me, you know. I couldn't stay. I don't know, should I say a boy with that limited perspective? You know, I had to stretch myself, and it wasn't nice. You know, when someone is doing something new, along the way they fail, and by failing I mean I was hurting her. Can you imagine? And she has to pick me up, get herself together, and continue to work with me. And that's what she did. And
I think you need, you know, us being Christian, I really say I thank God a lot, because with your human, you know, nature, I don't think you can do that. Because many times when he was down and he was hitting me, I felt like, oh, well, he's hitting me, he's the wrong one, and I felt like he should come to me and apologize to me. But then I would remember a place that he's in, and I would do that sacrifice of going back to him and telling him that he is enough, because understanding what he's going through, you know, and assuring him that I'm yours, I'm all yours, you know, all this insecurities that men has when they are not able to provide.
The decision to wait to have sex after marriage.
We grew up in a family that is Christian, and that is how they taught us, and that is how, you know, our dad grew us. And I remember saying that promise to myself that if my sisters did it, then I can do it too. And that's why I made it clear to Karabo on our first walk that this is what I want. And I thank God that he honored that he didn't push, you know, sometimes because he could see that I'm in love with him, that I could do anything for him. I thank God that he never tried to push to, you know, make me fall into giving in before marriage. And
but it wasn't easy. I mean, let's be honest. I'm a man, I have testosterone. It wasn't easy.
It was absolutely.
Like she explained her side of it. For me, remember now my spiritual journey, it was, you know, quite slow, so to speak. So when she said it's about God, for me it didn't stick, you know, anymore. I felt like, no man, I mean, I love you and you might as well, you know. But I'm going to go back to what I said. Because I love him. Because I love him. And as the years went by, it got more difficult. And what helped me, honestly, what helped me was how I wanted to be. How I want the first time to be. I'm not gonna say I didn't, you know, want it. No, I'll be lying. Please, let me be honest. Like, it was difficult. We live in a world, you know how things are. So for me, it had to be different, and I had to admit it that it's different. So I was like, okay, fine. This is what she values. This is important to her. So what's important to me is what's important to her is what's important to me. So this is what I did. I said, I want it to be perfect. I don't want us after having sex, she starts crying, you know, or she goes down on her knees, shandarara, repent or whatever, I don't know. Or she starts regretting, you know, and at that time now I'm relaxed, I'm like, yes, you know. I said, no, I don't want it to be like that. The emotion of it, you know, I connected to it so much, like I felt how it would be, and I was like, no, I don't want us to be there. I want us, the day we have sex, after having sex, we're like, wow, wow, no guilt, no condemnation, no nothing. And that's what kept me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whenever my testosterone went crazy, I made it about her. I did. Yeah.
And what do you love about being married?
Sex. Finally, we have crossed to the other side. Cross the Jordan River.
No, yeah. No, I must say it's another department that is really amazing. But then, yeah, even though we are not that long in the institution of marriage, but like he's saying, I love the connection.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. It's like he can read my mind. I love it.
No boundaries.
No boundaries,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Finally being able to be completely open to someone, you know, completely naked in terms of your character and obviously
Physically. Yeah, yes. I thought you mentioned that. How? Yo.
Oh, but yes, that is just amazing. It's a beautiful gift. Sex is an amazing thing that, you know, it's a beautiful gift that God gave to us human beings. And I feel like when you share it with this one individual that you truly love, yo, guys, can happen on it.
And on that note, I just want to thank God for her, and I just want to
Yeah.
thank you, babe, you know, because I feel like you contributed a lot, you know, for us to keep ourselves to this point, because now I get to see the fullness of it, you know,
It's beautiful.
how it's meant to be, how God created it to be. It's so amazing, it's so fulfilling.
Yeah, a clear picture of what it's meant for.
For,
not
yeah.
a, you know, distorted or should
Yeah.
I say perverted perception of it. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for making me cry again. What role does God play in your relationship?
Tom.
Hey, that one, let me take it.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yes.
Okay. When we were dating, we did it for long, ne? So there was a point where I felt like I don't love her anymore. I'm coming to the answer.
I went to the Erku card.
Alright.
You know, we were at a park and then he said to me, "Aish, actually, this is how he put it. I got mad at him. I'm like, what the? I mean, like, I want you to love me all the time.
Yeah.
I got mad and I left. And heck, thing, I felt like, but I feel the same way. And I was like, but why am I like, I got mad at him because I also feel the same way. And it's funny because I called him the same day, but it was in the evening. At night, I called him and I was like, no, you know what? I'm sorry for being mad. I also feel like sometimes the excitement is not there. I feel like I don't love you. You feel like a brother to me. Like, you know, that electricity is gone.
Yeah.
You feel so normal.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. And then we didn't know what it was.
Baby, I'm losing my train of thought.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
And then I was there,
yeah,
like,
I was there, ne? So what was happening actually at that time? It was deeper than that.
Yeah.
Ne? You know, when you're in love, you're obsessed with this person.
Yeah.
You know, you do everything out of this energy and emotions.
Yeah.
So that was sort of like sinking down, and that's where most people drop the relationship,
Yeah,
move to the
break
next
up,
one. You
yeah.
understand? So for us, we learned that now we have to love by choice.
Yes. Not by feeling.
Not by
electricity.
feeling, not by electricity,
By
not by emotional obsession. You
Yes,
understand?
yes.
The falling in love experience had to pass.
Had to pass.
Now we had to step into loving by choice
Yeah.
and loving intentionally.
Yes.
So now I'm coming to the question that was asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said we were taught that
We were taught.
love your wife as Christ loved the church. Now that means it's intentional. It's more than how you feel. It's not even about how you feel. Whether you feel like it, whether you don't feel like it, Christ loves the church. Today I won't provide because they did this or whatever. Same with me. I can't say no, I won't buy flowers for her because I'm mad. You know, it's a choice. It's
Or
out
she
of
doesn't
intention.
deserve flowers.
Yeah,
She
because
misbehaved.
she misbehaved. So God plays that part for us because now I understand what love is all about. It's all about saving her. You understand? It's not about I feel like saving her. And God gives us the grace to do that. And to have the word of God as a point of reference, it really helps a lot. Because we are flesh and blood. You know, emotions take over. A lot of things can happen.
Sometimes you feel like they don't deserve to be respected.
Respected.
Or they
Thank
don't
you.
deserve to be loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With everything that you have faced as a couple, what made you stay together?
It's more like what we said, intention. Do you want to be? It's simple. I feel like, you know, when you're with someone, it's simple. You either want to be with me or you don't. And it's like what he said. when the whole, electricity thing is done, you choose. I choose to love him or to stay with him and when you make that choice, it's also a matter of character. Are you gonna, keep up to what you have chosen, or you choose today, tomorrow you choose something else? So even when we have chosen, it means even tomorrow when it's difficult financially or it's difficult health-wise, I chose. I must stick by that choice. And during our 10 years of relationships, we faced, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He got sick, I got sick. We, all
Distance
and all that. But I like the fact that we remained together because we honored our choice.
Yeah.
I've chosen to be with her and he's chosen to be with me, and then that's why we stayed.
The thing is, if I can put in short.
Yes.
It's values.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And your intentions. If you can live your life like that, the emotions will follow.
Yeah.
You don't have to be led by your emotions. They change all the time. But if you stick to your values, you stick to your choices, you stick to your intentions, emotions will follow.
What is one lesson that your relationship has taught you?
Is being selfless. Like he said, I'm here to serve him, he's here to serve me. And the more you become selfless, the more our relationship started to be more, how can I say it nurtures the relationship. The more he can see that I put him first even before myself. He's crazy about me. He's like, baby, that drives me even more crazy. It makes me want to do things for you more, because he can see that then it's balanced. He puts me first, I put him first.
Reciprocation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is what our relationship has taught us. Selfishness is about us. Yeah.
And what advice would you give to other couples out there?
That love is beautiful, and that true love exists.
Yes.
But it's not something that you just pick up, and you work on it. You have to invest in, and I'm talking knowledge, I'm talking spending time, I'm talking openness, talking about those things that are sensitive, that make you feel insecure. You must just be willing and intentional about it, because most relationships, the counter girl, another thing, we hold back to certain things, and we feel like I can't let this person into this. So
I don't want this person to see me like I'm weak.
Yeah, so
I always want them to
openness
see me strong.
It's like a business, not a business, but a tree. Let me say a tree.
Yeah,
Nurture the tree. Nurture the tree. It grows.
Then it grows.
Yeah.
And lastly, what does better together mean to you?
Two is better than
She's
one.
better than one. Scriptural.
Just that.
Okay guys, so we are now at that time of the episode where we are going to play the him or her game. As you might know by now, I just asked them a few questions and then they answer all at the same time. So, let's get into it. The first question, who made the first move? Who usually starts arguments? It differs, but okay. Who is more funny? Who is the big spender? Who is more romantic? Both. Who is more adventurous?
Wow.
Who is more outgoing?
Going okay.
Both. Who plans the dates?
Date.
Both. Who is a better communicator? Who is more generous? Who remembers Bible verses more? Who is the best singer in the shower?
In the shower.
Faith, obviously, because she sings. Yeah. Okay guys, so we have reached the end of this episode. It was very emotional for me because I kept crying throughout the interview. We couldn't even cover most of the stuff, but Karabo and Faith's love, I'm even getting emotional. Karabo and Faith's love journey is very inspiring, and I really hope that you guys will be inspired by it. Their love journey is one for the books, and I really enjoyed shooting this. I really enjoyed them taking me through that journey because I've known them for a while, but I haven't really had the opportunity to really know, the other aspect of their relationship. So it has really been an honor for me to feature them here. And we are done. Thank you guys for joining me for this episode. I hope that you guys will love this video as much as I enjoyed shooting it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow them on social media. What's your Instagram handles, guys? Oh, you don't want people to know?
Faith.
Okay, guys, it's been great. We out. Bye.
Okay, now this is a defining moment for me. There's so much to say in my mind, but I will speak from my heart, deep from my heart. I knew you were the one for me from the moment we fell in love. And look at us now. Look at us today. It's evident that you are my true love, and that true love exists. I vow to love you. I vow to care and protect you. I vow to uplift you, motivate you, and encourage you with my words. With my words. I vow to never use my words as a weapon to undermine you, to suppress you, or to intentionally hurt you.
Sure.
I vow to apologize when I'm wrong. I vow to be sincere, honest, and open. I vow to make learning you as my woman a lifetime priority, now and always.
It's been 10 years of grace, and I'm saying this because I truly believe that God graced us to have the type of relationship we had and to live a life that we lived. I feel that God has blessed me and has given me the opportunity to watch you grow from the boy who made me his girlfriend and to the man who is making me his wife today. The nice thing about the past years is that I've seen you at your best and I've seen you at your worst. And I decided to continue to do life with you still. So, Karabo, with you, I feel that I can finally begin. I want us to enter into this union, understanding that it is a journey, that it requires two hearts that are willing and selfless. I'm quoting from The Alchemist, love is just a further impetus, not something that will prevent us from going forward. May this marriage be a further impetus, lifting us high enough for us to be able to achieve our heart's deepest dreams and goals, twice faster than if we had to do it alone. I respect the man that you are. You are a man of integrity, and you have reverence for God. I vow to love your best and your worst. I vow to submit under your headship as you submit under Christ's headship.
Sure.
I vow to respect and to strive by all means to be the helper God created me to be in your life. I vow to pray for you. I vow to respect this decision we are taking today, to always remember why we said yes to each other.
Sure.